Clear out. Oh, that was ugly. I've seen it like that in a long time. All right, man. Give me check it out. See you later. All right.
Where are we having the babies?
St. Sebastian's. And thanks for the week.
You can't do it alone, can you?
I thought I might have to. Uh-oh. How did it happen?
His car apparently skidded in the Broadway tunnel. There was a fire.
God.
I'm supposed to give you this. It's your husband's personal effects.
You really love that Gucci belt.
Oh no! I gotta call my mother. She'll be beside herself. Birdsall,
Yes, ma'am.
how long have you worked at Pinus?
About 2 years now.
Oh, you'd like it here then.
Yes, ma'am.
All these old ladies. You, like waiting on them?
I don't think of them as old.
Oh, you're a diplomat, young man? Oh, what's your real name?
We're not allowed to say.
You're not, huh?
No, ma'am.
Are you going to rub my back?
If you like.
I like it.
Isn't it terrible?
Awful. The media is eating it up.
I am dreading the 6 o'clock news tonight. Oh, one thing.
Uh-huh.
I spoke with Dee Dee Day this morning. She's holding up fine, all things considered. What with the babies due and her mother missing.
Mrs. Halcyon is missing?
Well, they can't locate her. Now, she said she was going to the house in Napa, but she never showed up. I suspect...
This is just my theory, mind you, that she's touring the missions around there. She's deeply religious, you know.
Have they made any arrangements about the funeral?
Well, that's the sad part. Beecham had a clause in his will for cremation, but considering the nature of his accident, the family feels it would be in poor taste.
I see. Tell me, Mildred, should I come in today?
No, we've shut down, actually. I'm just...
Taking calls and handling the press. Oh, I know, dear. You must be wondering about your job at a point like this. But I'm sure there'll be a place for you once the dust settles.
Meanwhile, why don't you just take a little time off?
Thank you, Mildred.
Not at all, dear. I'm sure that's the way Beecham would have wanted it. Bye-bye now.
I dreamed about a friend last night.
Michael?
No. The, man with the transplant at the flower market? Okay. Okay. I, won't bring it up. It was only a dream.
You know, it could be a memory. You should talk about it.
And I don't want to be your favorite hobby.
Is that what you think?
No. Not at all. I just don't.
Well?
I'm afraid, Marianne. I don't even know who I was 6 months ago, and I'm not even sure if you'd like him.
You know what? I do know who I was 6 months ago, and I'm positive you wouldn't like her.
Come on.
No, I mean it. She was out of it. And I had to get away from myself as fast as I could. It's been that way my whole life. You know, things just keep changing and happen so fast. I can't even remember all the me's I've been. Scares me to death.
Why?
Because I don't have the slightest idea who I'm going to finally end up being.
I could help you with that.
So, tell me about your dream.
Well, there was this walkway with a metal railing. I was really high up, and there were people with me, people I knew. I don't know what they looked like, I just knew that I knew them. And they were chanting something I don't remember. And then suddenly there was this rose, and the transplant man leaned over to me and said, "Go ahead, Burke, it's organic." And I started to run.
And?
That's it. I woke up.
Oh, maybe we're making too much about this guy with the transplant. I mean, we've both been talking about him, and maybe you, like, superimposed him on your existing memories.
Except for one thing. He didn't have a transplant. He was bald as an egg.
Go ahead, Burke. It's organic.
Ladies, we all know why we're here tonight. So let's get on with it. May I present to you the newest recipient of the Mysteries of Pinus, Franny Halcyon.
She got bluegrass. completely paralyzed. How come it hurts?
Where?
My legs, my thighs, my arms a little bit. It's freaky. I see my leg lying down there, but it feels exactly like somebody bending it up toward the ceiling.
Dr. Berry says there's always some sensory disturbance with Guillain-Barré.
You mean I'm not wacko? Darn. I'd love to be a little wacko.
No way. You're normal.
I'm Florida, I am.
Who is?
Hello.
Who's this?
This is John Fielding. I'm a friend of Michael's.
Isn't this Mona Ramsey's apartment?
She's staying downstairs right now. Would you like her number?
Yeah.
Mona?
Hello, Betty.
I thought you were dead.
I sent you a postcard from Nevada.
I was worried sick. What were you doing?
Just stuff. How's the weather in Minneapolis?
Never mind that. I have to talk to you.
Go ahead.
I mean in person.
There are things you don't know.
Don't be so sure.
You don't understand, Mona. I want you out of that house.
Forget it. I'm not leaving.
Think again, Mona. You could be in serious danger.
What?
You heard me.
What kind of danger? What are you talking
I
about?
can't discuss it on the phone. I'm coming to see you.
I can stay at a friend's apartment. I've already worked that out.
You can give me 2 hours of your time, Mona. You owe me that.
I guess I do.
It was the most piss-elegant funeral I've ever seen. They carried this big processional cross up the aisle with a big red rose in the middle of it.
Oh, no.
You got it. Bert took one look at that rose and puked all over the pew in front of him.
Jesus.
Oh, I thought it was highly appropriate. Beecham Day was an asshole.
It's good enough for a roll in the hay.
That was a brief lapse. Hey, I had a great idea today. We are going to repaint your apartment.
Swell. I'll be the stepladder.
I brought you some paint samples from Hoot Judkins. I like this putty color here. I think that's nice.
Faggot foam.
Cut it out.
Well, it is the color of the year. 3 years ago, it was chocolate brown, then forest green. It's handy, though. If you woke up in a strange apartment, at least you knew what year it was. Look, Dr. Kildare. Painting my apartment is definitely above and beyond
Bullshit. If I'm gonna live there, we have to gussy the place up a little.
Live there? Isn't that a little premature?
Haven't you always wanted to shack up with a doctor?
John, I'm so flattered.
I'm not flattering you, Turkey. I'm asking you to marry me.
John, you can't spend your life hauling me to the toilet.
Says who?
This is a magnificent obsession. Things don't work like that. You're gonna take the mystery out of our unnatural relationship.
I'll risk it.
Dr. Rausch, report to the nurse's station and obstetrics. Paging Dr. Ballmer. Dr. Zachary, report to cardiology. Dr. Zachary.
May I help you?
Did you talk to him? Did you ask him about me?
Well, I was afraid to.
Why?
Because I think he recognized me.
Well, what if he did? Look, I don't mind approaching him if you're too squeamish. This man could hold the key to it all. Maybe I worked for him or something.
You were never on the payroll at St. Sebastian's, and you were never a patient there. I asked John to check.
You have been a little sleuth, haven't you?
I want to help.
If you really believe that.
Burke, what is it?
I just remembered. They were chanting a poem.
Who were?
The people in my dream. When I was up on that damn walkway thing. Over and over again, but sort of whispering. Like somebody nearby could hear.
High upon the sacred.
I think we should talk to the transplant man.
Not yet, please. What if something horrible caused your amnesia? What if he was a part of it?
Psst. Turkey.
Michael?
No, Marie Antoinette.
What's the matter?
Look.
What?
Down there, dummy. My hand. Well, don't just sit there. Clap your hands if you believe in fairies.
Feels like spring, doesn't it? Shall we make it official?
I guess. Sure, whatever.
Is it something you'd like to talk about?
I'm fine, really.
Brian?
Oh, am I in your way?
I know. I just wondered, have you noticed anything a little off about Mona?
How much time have you got?
I meant recently. She isn't herself, and I thought maybe she said something.
Not to me. She thinks I'm a hopeless pig.
Maybe she wouldn't if you invited her to dinner.
What?
She needs a friend, Brian. It would do you both some good.
The friendship of women, huh?
I'm telling you, it's not half bad.
Why not then? Because I'm a waiter? Because I'm straight?
Brian, look, this is nice, but...
Mona, you don't even know me. I was at Wounded Knee.
Look, I don't care if you... You were?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I cooked a meatloaf.
At Wounded Knee?
Yesterday, I cooked a goddamn meatloaf for the first time in my life, and now you won't even eat it with me.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, I'm telling you now. Come to dinner, Mona. Tonight.
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me you're vegetarian?
You said you'd already cooked it. Besides, I'm not as strict as I used to be. Ground beef isn't nearly as personal as a hunk of steak. You don't know which part of the cow it came from.
Right there.
When was this?
Law school.
Which one is you?
I'm the dip with the David Harris glasses.
You wear glasses?
Well, not anymore. Too vain. Contacts. That's me in Chicago in 1968, going limp for the police.
Where else did you go limp?
Selma, Washington. You making fun?
I went limp in Minneapolis.
No shit. The war?
Yeah. Hey, have you read Jerry Rubin's new book, Growing Up at 37?
No, is it good?
For a laugh, maybe. I'll lend it to you. He says he became a radical because he was uptight about the size of his dick.
Ah, come on.
I kid you not. It's in there. We fought a revolution because Jerry Rubin has a teeny weenie. Bummer, huh?
Yeah.
Dippity-thump. 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 Dippity-thump.
Excited? You haven't told me about the names yet. Names. For the babies. Have you picked them yet?
Edgar, I guess. If one of them is a boy, after my father. And if one of them is a girl, I'll name her Anna.
That's pretty. Any particular reason?
Daddy asked me to, right before he died.
Family name, huh?
He just said he liked it. I don't know why. Nobody knew what was on his mind. He didn't even tell us he was dying. Not right up until the very end. I guess I'll always be sorry I didn't get to share that.
He was so busy trying to protect us that he didn't let us see what he really was.
baggage, don't you? Wouldn't it be nice to leave some of it behind? Huh?
So, what's the matter?
My mother's coming to town.
Does Mrs. Madrigal know?
I want to handle it myself. She said some pretty spooky stuff on the phone.
Does she know about Mrs. Madrigal?
I don't know. But if she does know, she must assume that I know. So what could she possibly have to tell me? I don't need any more surprises.
I think you should tell Mrs. Madrigal.
You're right. I should go. Thanks for being so nice.
No problem.
Sweet dreams.
Just say it one more time.
Oh, for God's sake, get some sleep, will you?
5 minutes, okay? Just go on.
High upon the sacred rock, the rose incarnate shines. Upon the mountain of the flood, at the meeting of the line.
I got it. I got it. What's the name of the mountain in the Bible?
Calvary.
No, it's the one Noah's Ark landed on. The mountain of the flood. Get it?
Ararat.
I wonder, yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Just checking the phone book.
Oh, come to bed. God damn it.
It's just gonna take a few seconds. Arante. Araquestian. Ararat. Ararat. Armenian restaurant, 1000 Clemens Street.
So?
So? It might be a connection. Don't you want to figure this out?
All right, Angie Dickinson. What's Rose Incarnate, then? Huh? A belly dancer at the restaurant?
It might be, smartass.
And the meaning of the lines.
I don't like your attitude.
Well, then you don't want to hear my theory, I guess.
You've got one?
Yep.
Let's hear it. Well?
I think it could be some kind of cult.
Cold? You think that's what it was?
Well, I don't know.
Yes, you do. You just said you thought it was a cult.
No, I don't think anything. I'm guessing about my life, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to growl.
No, I didn't mean to yell at you either.
Let's get some sleep. Okay.
Okay.
In the dream, do you remember if you... It doesn't matter.
What?
Do you remember if you were chanting too?
No.
No, you weren't, or no, you don't remember?
No, I don't remember.
It was such a transformation. Not so much as an innuendo all night long. And get this, he cooked a meatloaf.
The boy is full of surprises.
And I've got one for you, I'm afraid.
What?
My mother's coming to town. That's right.
But why?
She says there are things I don't understand, that I might be in danger.
In danger? How?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd tell me. Is there anything I should know about besides your change and all?
Can't imagine. Did you tell her about me?
Of course not.
But you think she knows?
Maybe.
How could she?
I don't know. I don't know squat. God, the moon is in caca.
Toes. Fingers. And...
Getting all shaggy.
And how's old Mystery Meat?
He thinks it might be a cult.
Maybe they had him deprogrammed, like a Mooney.
Oh, Mouse.
My parents would love to deprogram me. I wonder how that works. Lock you in a padded cell and zap your nuts every time you respond to a Bette Davis movie?
Have you heard from them?
Well, I guess you could call it that. My mother wrote to say that it's killing my father, and my father wrote to say that it's killing my mother. They're terribly worried about each other.
Do it again.
Just typical. One minute I have a friend, next minute he turns out to be a total fucking weirdo.
Come now, dear.
I can't believe this doesn't bother you.
It was midnight, Mona. He thought he was alone.
You don't get it, do you? He was watching someone across the way.
You mean?
Yes. He was naked and he had binoculars.
Really?
Yes, really?
Poor dear. No wonder he needs a friend.
He has a friend, man's best friend. He was waving it over the rooftops. I'm so sick of men and their dicks.
Don't look at me when you say that. Mm-mm.
I remember you. You're the one who said, I love you too. Yes, I do. Didn't you know? I remember too. A distant
Ararat Restaurant? This is Rachel from District Social Security calling. Can you tell me, please, have you employed a Mr. Burke Andrew over the last 3 years? Andrew. A-N-D. No? Are you quite sure of that? Thank you.
I don't think I've ever heard you sing before. You have a gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Have you ever sung, like, professionally?
Only in church. Back in Nantucket. The Good Shepherd Choir. What are you up to?
Nothing. Can I just be curious about you?
Well, that's what my mother said on the phone last night.
She called you?
They're freaked, aren't they?
What do you expect? They hate this town. Their only child ended up under a bush in Golden Gate Park with amnesia. Now he's back chasing ghosts.
Do you remember that?
What?
Waking up under the bush.
Not really.
How do you know if it really happened?
My parents told me.
Well, how do you know that they're telling the truth?
What? What the hell?
They could have deprogrammed you.
I may be loony, lady, but I'm not dumb.
I'm sorry.
I'm no baby. I was a reporter, Mary Ann. I was in the AP.
Excuse me. My name is Mary Ann Singleton. They told me out front you might be able to help me.
Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If it's not a good time, I can come back
Not
later.
you. How many goddamn words can you write about Patty Hearst anyway?
I never tried.
Well, don't. Sit down.
The bureau chief said you used to work with a guy named Burke Andrew.
3 years ago. For 4 or 5 months at most. He couldn't hack it.
They fired him?
No, he quit. Got bored. Wanted to chase his own stories. Something happened to him.
Burke has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything after he left here. I was hoping maybe you might be able to...
He never talked about personal stuff.
Did he ever write stories about cults?
No, the freak beats mine. So when did this amnesia zap him?
4 months ago. The police found him in Golden Gate Park. He was passed out or something.
The last time I met him... No, it would have been earlier than that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. About 5 months ago, I ran into him one night at Lefty O'Doul's. He said I could eat my heart out because he was onto something really bizarre. Let's see.
So he was still reporting?
A freelancer. There's a difference. They always talk crazy. What is it? Oh, there it is. Transubstantiation.
I'm afraid I don't.
Neither did I. I asked him, did he have any substantiation for his story? And he said transubstantiation would be more like it. So I asked him, what the hell's that supposed to mean? And he told me to look it up.
What does it mean?
Look it up yourself, sweetheart.
Hello. Yes, hon. Are you feeling paternal? I think my water just broke. Mother's here, but I'd rather go with you.